Thank you, Priyanka. A very good afternoon, all of you. I am Sri Rangboot, and I am going to present on update on Poison Center notification in my today's presentation. Basically, these are the outlines of my presentation. I am going to cover today what is Poison Center notification, what is the scope of PCN, what are the obligations within Poison Center notification, what are the different timelines for compliance, how to start preparing notifications, highlight harmonized information requirements beyond the safety data sheet, and this will be followed by Q&A session. You can post your questions in the box right side of the presentation, and we can come back to you with the answers in the following session. What is Poison Center notification? According to Article 45 of the CLP regulation, companies placing hazardous mixtures on the market are obliged to provide the information about certain hazardous mixtures to the relevant national bodies. And these national bodies will make this information available to the poison centers so that it can be available to the citizens or the medical personnel in event of emergency. So as per the Annex 8 of the CLP regulation adopted in March 2017, the harmonized requirements for poison center notifications will be applicable from 1st January 2021 for all the mixtures which are placed into the European market. So what is CLP Regulation Annex 8? So as per Annex 8, harmonization of information requirements of certain hazardous mixtures in all EU member states will be applicable. All the manufacturers who are putting the mixtures into the market, or the distributors or the importers who are putting the mixtures into the market, they have to prepare the data for their mixtures in a harmonized submission format. This format will be submitted to the European Chemical Agency, and this will be accessible to the national agencies of all EU member states. These EU member states will make this information available to the poison centers for the purpose of making an emergency health response. So what are the mixtures that are in scope? So the mixtures which are classified for human health or physical effects are only covered within the poison center notification. The mixture which are classified only for environmental effects, gases under pressure or explosives are not covered within the scope of PCN notification. Also, the mixtures which are used in scientific research and development and the mixtures which are not covered by the CLP regulations are not within the scope of poison center notification. Who has to submit this information? So the importers and downstream users placing the hazardous mixtures onto the market are the primary members who are going to do the poison center notification. So basically the duty holders are importers and downstream users. Distributors are not covered as of now into the poison center notification, but the member states are challenging the role of distributors for placing on the market of the mixtures, and this issue is still open and the discussion is ongoing. But we expect that all who are putting the mixtures into the European market need to do the poison center notification based on their applicable classification. These are the different timelines for compliance for doing the poison center notification. And these timelines are based on the use of the substance. So if the mixture is used only for consumer uses, then the notification deadline is 1st January 2020. If the mixture is used for consumer as well as professional use, then the deadline for doing the poison center notification is 2021. And if the mixture is used only for industrial use, then the notification can be done by 1st January 2024. So these are the transition period for existing products and it will end on 31st December 2024. And from 1st January 2025, every mixture which is classified, placed into the European market needs to comply with the Poison Center notification obligation. Earlier, the consumer uses had a deadline of 1st January 2020, which has been extended till 1st January 2021. So how to prepare and what all information are covered within the Poison Center notification? So there is a special submission format for Poison Center notification and it is Euclid compatible wherein anyone can prepare their notification into Euclid system. It basically needs the submitter details, the name, address which are consistent with the label, and then the product information like what is the trade name of the mixture, what are the packaging, what are the different uses, what is the color, etc. And then the classification related information of the mixture, toxicological information, compositional details, pH, physical state, etc. There is a unique formula identifier which has been developed by the European Union based on the unique identification number of the mixture along with the VAT number of the company. So there is a special tool to generate this unique formula identifier which is also known as UFI so that the mixture can be easily traced within the European market. So each individual mixture will have a separate UFI. UFI makes a link between the product and the submitted mixture information in the Poison Center notification. So basically with this information we are going beyond the safety data sheet and adapting existing or including the new data. Basically we need to obtain the full composition of the mixture, basically the hazardous component and the non-hazardous component. Normally the detailed SDS will have this information about hazardous component as well as non-hazardous component, and it will help to establish the improved information exchange within the supply chain. It is more challenging in case of mixture in mixtures because the scenario will be different in MIMS case. So base scenario needs to be generated and the report which should contain about the information of all the mixtures in mixtures. In other cases, possible to use the UFI notified by your MIMS supplier where you can also use their UFI into your mixture to get more detailed information about mixtures in mixtures. Also, toxicological information needs to be reviewed and it can be taken from the section 11 of the SDS. So it's not mandatory that you need to generate the new data, but it is mandatory that you should report the data whatever is available for the substances into the mixture or directly information related to the mixtures. The product category must be assigned to the product based on its main intended use. For example, dishwashing detergent, adhesives, decorative paints in accordance with the European product categorization system. All submission must also include the information identifying the submitter, the product like the trade name, packaging, color, and whether the mixture has consumer, professional or industrial use. In addition, the information on the classification and labeling of the mixture according to CLP regulation also needs to be provided. There are certain exemptions within the product Poison Center notification for which you may not need to provide the information on the concentration. The exception can be applied if the components are not classified or classified only for skin sensitization or aspiration toxicity, and their total concentration does not exceed 5% within the mixture. Additionally, generic product identifiers can be used to identify components of mixtures. If they are used exclusively as perfume, fragrance, or coloring agent in mixtures, then there is a possibility to get an exemption for the mentioning those uses. If they are not classified as hazardous to human health and their total concentration does not exceed 5% for perfumes and 25% for coloring agents. Some submissions can contain limited compositional information if the mixture has industrial use only and it has 24/7 phone services provided within the STS. Once the notification is done, you have to plan the relabeling of your product because as per the new requirements, the UFI is always to be included in the notification as well as on the label or the packaging. No rules on placement or redesign of the label to incorporate this new element. If the product is not packaged or has an industrial use only, the UFI can be included in section 1.1 of the SDS. Printing of UFI on the label should be planned to coincide with the submission of information. So just to give you some take-home messages, start collecting the information related to your mixtures, prepare an inventory of mixtures used in their ingredients, review the SDS for the mixtures, identify the competent person to do the poison center notification, keep a track of changes in process of your product, and keep up-to-date information from time to time related to all your product. Thank you very much for your time, and now we can have Q&A session.